In this video, we'll be taking a look at two WNBA games happening on July 26, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two WNBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Los Angeles Sparks versus New York Liberty. The Los Angeles Sparks are wrapping up their 3-game swing out east on Saturday with a visit to the New York Liberty. The Sparks pulled off a solid 101-86 win over the Connecticut Sun on Thursday night, and they've rattled off 4 straight victories, though they're still trailing the top spot in the WNBA by a hefty 10.5 games. The Liberty are jumping into the second game of a back-to-back set when they host the Sparks, coming off their Friday night clash at home against the Phoenix Mercury. New York's on a roll with 4 wins in a row, including that latest 98-84 takedown of Indiana, but they're lagging behind first-place Minnesota by 3.5 games. The Sparks are aiming to keep that 4-game hot streak alive. They've split their last 8 games on the road pretty evenly. The Sparks are putting up 84 points per game while shooting 45.6% from the field, but they're giving up 87 points on 44.9% shooting from opponents. From downtown, the Sparks are hitting 35.5% of their threes and knocking down 74.6% from the charity stripe. They're letting teams shoot 34.2% from deep against them and pulling down 34.3 boards per contest. The Liberty are looking to extend their own 5-game winning run. They've dominated at home, taking 12 of their last 14 there. New York's offense is clicking at 87.5 points per game on 45.3% shooting, while holding foes to 79 points on 41.2%. The Liberty are draining 35.8% from three-point range and converting 83.6% at the free throw line. They're stingy on defense, allowing just 31.5% from beyond the arc, and they're grabbing 34.7 rebounds each time out. This marks the second clash between these squads this year. New York grabbed a 10-point victory at home in their earlier meeting this month. The Sparks actually outshot the Liberty, going 48.2% to 42.9%. But they only sank 5 threes compared to New York's dozen. That was the big difference, since most other stats were neck and neck in that game. New York keeps relying big time on their starting crew, and that might be the crack where the Sparks can finally break through. With the Liberty coming off a game Friday night, the short rest could wear them down. They probably can't lean as hard on those starters, so I'm figuring Los Angeles steps up and shows some grit. Stevens and Hamby are beasts in the paint. They just need to ramp it up down low this time, and the team has to hit their outside shots to stay in it. The Sparks are 7-2-1 against the spread in their last 10 against the Liberty. The Sparks have ripped off 4 straight wins and covered in 3 of those. New York's perfect at 4-0 straight up and against the spread in their past 4, but they're dealing with back-to-back games after hosting Phoenix on Friday. New York leads the league in scoring, but the Sparks have climbed to 4th, and they're 2nd in field goal and 3-point percentages, which should help them hang tough and cover late. In their lone matchup so far this season, the Sparks fell by 10 but pushed as 10-point dogs. Since then, they're 4-2 both straight up and against the spread. Sure, those 4 wins came against the Sun and Mystics, but the Sparks are starting to gel, and they'll be geared up to take on the defending champs. The Liberty are stuck in this back-to-back at home, and even sleeping in their own beds. It's a rough spot schedule-wise. I think the Sparks can at least cover here. The Liberty can blow teams out when they're on, but this back-to-back throws a wrench in things. The Sparks are as healthy as they've been all season, fueling those 4 wins in a row. 7 of their 10 victories have come on the road. The underdog's gone 7-1 against the spread in the last 9 between these two. I like the Sparks' recent form, and with the rest edge, I'll grab the points. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Sparks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. These teams stayed under in their first meeting, combining for 168 points against a 171 total. As mentioned, the Liberty had a rough shooting night but still dropped 89. The Sparks shot solid overall, just not from deep, so a few more makes from outside could flip things this time. Based on how they've been playing, I see Los Angeles stepping up there. Over their current 4-win streak, they've averaged 96 points, with at least 92 in each. New York boasts the league's best attack and, before Friday's game, put up 87 or more in 4 of 6, including back-to-back 98s against Indiana. The overs hit in 6 of the last 10 between them. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Seattle Storm versus Washington Mystics. On Saturday night, down in the nation's capital, we've got a non-conference clash where the Washington Mystics are hosting the Seattle Storm. The Mystics are stumbling in with back-to-back losses under their belt, while the Storm are riding high after a dominant blowout victory in their last outing. The Seattle Storm are hunting for another win, fresh off taking 12 of their past 18 games. They've been tough to beat on the road lately, grabbing victories in 6 of their last 9 away contests. On offense, the Storm are putting up 81 points each game while hitting 44.4% of their shots, and they're holding opponents to 78 points on 43% shooting. From long range, they're knocking down 33.8% of their threes and converting 77.8% at the free throw line. Defensively, they're limiting teams to 32.4% from deep and hauling in 31.5 rebounds per game. The Washington Mystics are eager to snag a win after claiming 3 out of their last 5 matchups. They've been strong at home, winning 4 of their past 5 games on their own court. The Mystics are scoring 78.5 points per game on 43.3% shooting, while giving up 80.4 points on 42.8% from the other side. They're hitting 33.2% from beyond the arc and making 74.1% of their free throws. On defense, they're allowing 30.8% from three-point range and pulling down 36.7 rebounds every game. The Storm have picked up wins in 2 of their last 3, but they dropped one a little while back at home against this same Mystics squad, which has since lost 2 straight. Washington let up a whopping 99 and then 93 points in those recent defeats, and even though they locked down defensively in their last win over the Storm, that tight play won't show up here. Seattle exploded for 95 points in their most recent game and should handle business when it comes to putting up numbers on the board this time around. The Storm are geared up to even the score in this rematch against the Mystics. Washington just dropped 2 in a row and their defense isn't anything special. Sure, the Mystics pulled off the upset in the first meeting out in Seattle, but this game's tilting toward the Storm. Seattle runs a smooth offense, yet they're among the top defensive units in the WNBA, sitting second in points allowed and holding down the perimeter solid, ranking 5th against the 3. That setup plays right into their hands, facing an offense that's just 11th in the league for scoring. You can see why some might back the Mystics as the home underdogs in certain situations, but this group's been hard to pin down on when to trust them, and there's a good reason they're in this spot. The Storm just hammered a short-handed Sky team missing their main stars, but Seattle's still a battle-tested crew that's among the better outfits in the WNBA this year, while the Mystics strike me as average at best. So I'm betting the Storm pull away and take this one handily on the road. As our first pick for this matchup, the Seattle Storm to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. These 2 squads stayed way under the total in their first clash out in Seattle. As mentioned, the Mystics rank among the weakest offenses in the league, and now they're up against one of the stingiest defenses around. The Storm should hold them below their usual output in this one. They've clamped down hard lately, keeping teams to 63 points or less in each of their past 3 games. Back when these teams squared off not long ago, the total dipped under, but the Mystics have been leaky on defense, surrendering at least 93 points in each of their last 2 outings. They brought strong defense to beat Seattle recently, but that won't happen again against a Storm team that just poured in 95 points last time out. Even in those 2 losses, Washington managed to score at least 80 points both times, and they'll put up a solid number offensively here. This matchup should flip the script from the last one and turn into more of a shootout. Expect this to be a tough, grinding battle, and that style suits the Storm with their focus on locking down opponents. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.